subscribe to my channel.
Stop for a second before you scroll away, before you tell yourself this is just another dating video. I want you to think about the last woman you truly wanted, the one who made your chest tighten when her name lit up your phone, the one who made you rehearse texts in your head before sending them, the one who made you feel like you had to prove something. And maybe, if you're honest, you chased her, you tried harder, you texted more, you showed more interest, you gave more attention. And somehow, the harder you tried, the more distant she became. Pause for a moment, because that feeling right there, that confusion, that quiet frustration, where you ask yourself, why does it seem so easy for other guys? That's not weakness. That's you trying to understand something deeply human. And today I want to show you something most men never realize. Not a trick, not manipulation, not some fake alpha male performance, but a psychological shift that changes how women experience you. Because the truth is this, women don't chase the man who chases them. They chase the man who is already moving somewhere meaningful and invites them to run beside him. And if you really understand this, something changes inside you. Let me explain. Most men believe attraction is created by impressing a woman. So they try to be funnier, cooler, more interesting. They analyze every text message. They worry about saying the wrong thing. They check their phone constantly. And without realizing it, they place the woman in the position of judge. She becomes the one deciding your worth. And the moment that happens, something subtle shifts in the psychology of attraction. Because humans, men and women, are drawn to people who value themselves. Not arrogantly, not loudly, but quietly, steadily. The kind of self-respect that doesn't need validation. And when a woman senses that, she leans closer. Let me tell you about someone I once worked with. His name was Daniel. Daniel was kind, funny, thoughtful. But he had one habit that quietly sabotaged him. Whenever he liked a woman, his entire emotional world started orbiting around her. If she texted him quickly, he felt amazing. If she took hours to reply, his mood collapsed. He analyzed every detail. Did I say something wrong? Is she losing interest? Should I text again? His happiness depended on her reactions, and women could feel it, not because they were cruel, but because emotional pressure is heavy. Think about this. When someone is trying very hard to get your approval, you feel it. You feel the weight of their expectations, and attraction struggles to breathe under pressure. So I asked Daniel something simple. Before you met her, what was exciting in your life? He paused. Then he started talking about things he had quietly abandoned. His photography hobby, his weekend hikes, his goal of starting a small business, all things he pushed aside once a woman entered the picture, and I told him something that changed everything for him. Women don't want to be your purpose. They want to join your purpose. Let that sink in. Because when a man's life becomes centered around getting the girl, he slowly loses the very energy that made him attracted in the first place. The curiosity, the ambition, the independence. And the moment he stops chasing approval, something remarkable happens. The dynamic flips. Now, here's something important. Making a woman chase you is not about ignoring her. It's not about playing games. And it's definitely not about pretending you don't care. Those things might create short-term curiosity, but they destroy real connection. What actually creates pursuit is something deeper. Emotional gravity. And emotional gravity comes from a man who is centered within himself. A man who enjoys a woman, but does not depend on her presence to feel whole. Picture two different men on a date. The first man sits across from her, slightly tense. He's trying to say the right things. He's monitoring her reactions. Every laugh feels like a test passed. Every silence feels like a failure. He's hoping she likes him. Now picture the second man. He's relaxed, curious, present. He's not trying to impress her. He's genuinely discovering who she is. He asks questions because he's interested, not because he's performing. He laughs easily. He disagrees sometimes. And when the date ends, he doesn't cling to the outcome. He simply says, I had a great time. And he means it. Which man feels more magnetic? Almost always the second one. Because confidence isn't loud, it's comfortable. It's the absence of desperation. And here's the deeper psychological truth. Attraction grows strongest in the presence of emotional freedom. When a woman senses that you're emotionally free, she begins leaning in. She starts wondering about you. She starts thinking about the last conversation you had. She starts thinking about the last conversation you had. She starts replaying the way you smiled when she teased you. Because curiosity, This is why men who have full lives often seem more attractive without trying. They are not constantly available. They are not constantly seeking validation. Their energy is moving somewhere, and people are naturally drawn toward movement. Think about the moments when someone becomes intriguing to you. It's rarely the person who is trying hardest. It's the person who seems quietly content with themselves. There's something peaceful about them, and peace is magnetic in a chaotic world. Now, I want to address something many men feel but rarely admit. Rejection hurts. It can make you question yourself, your looks, your personality, your worth. And if you've been rejected enough times, you may start believing you need to earn someone's interest. But attraction isn't earned through performance. It's revealed through authenticity. When you stop trying to be the version of yourself that you think women want and start becoming deeply comfortable with who you actually are, something shifts, your conversations change, your body language changes, your voice changes, because confidence isn't something you fake. It's something you build by living a life you respect. Let's pause here for a second. Ask yourself honestly, if a woman disappeared from your life tomorrow, what would still excite you? What would? Would still move you forward? What would still give your days meaning? Because that answer matters more than any dating strategy. When a man is building something meaningful, a career, a passion, a purpose, women sense that energy. And it awakens something instinctive. They want to be part of that story, not the entire story part of it. That's where pursuit begins. Now I want you to imagine something. Imagine you meet a woman you're attracted to. Instead of trying to impress her, you simply enjoy the moment. You share your thoughts honestly. You tease her playfully. You listen when she speaks. And if she disappears for a day or two, you don't spiral into anxiety. You continue living your life, working, laughing with friends, growing. Because your happiness was never sitting inside her phone notification. This emotional stability is incredibly attractive, not because it's mysterious, but because it signals strength, and strength feels safe. Women are drawn to men who feel emotionally grounded, men whose mood doesn't swing wildly based on attention, men who remain steady, calm, centered. When you become that man, something fascinating happens. Women begin investing more, they text first, they ask questions. They initiate plans not because you manipulated them, but because your presence feels refreshing. Think about it. Most people in the modern dating world are anxious, checking phones, overthinking messages, seeking reassurance. When someone appears who is calm, present, and genuinely content with life, they stand out immediately. They become a safe harbor in an ocean of emotional chaos, and people move towards safety. Now let's talk about another powerful shift. Scarcity of attention, not fake scarcity. Real scarcity. Your attention becomes valuable when it is connected to intention. If you give unlimited attention to intention. If you give unlimited attention to SA. A woman who has not yet invested in you, the balance becomes uneven. But when your attention flows naturally based on mutual interest, it becomes meaningful. A woman begins noticing when she has it and when she doesn't. And that subtle difference creates curiosity. Curiosity turns into pursuit. But here's the key. You cannot manufacture this energy through tactics. It only emerges when you genuinely respect your own time and emotional energy, when you truly believe your life matters. Your goals matter. Your peace matters. Because the most attractive thing you can communicate to another person is this: I enjoy you, but I do not need you to feel complete. That statement, even when unspoken, creates powerful emotional dynamics. It invites connection without dependency. It creates space without distance. And in that space, attraction grows. Now, I want to share something deeply important. Making a woman chase you is not the ultimate goal, because the moment your focus becomes control, you lose the authenticity that makes relationships meaningful. The real goal is something far more powerful. Becoming the kind of man whose presence inspires pursuit naturally. A man who is emotionally strong, curious about life, open to connection, but not defined by it. When you reach that place, dating becomes different. You stop chasing. You start choosing. You start noticing which women align with your energy, your values, your pace. And something beautiful happens. The right people begin walking towards you because they feel the stability within you. They feel the direction of your life. They feel the quiet confidence that comes from self-respect. And that energy is rare, very rare. Let me leave you with something to carry forward. Right now, somewhere in the world, There is a woman who would absolutely adore the real version of you. Not the version trying to impress, not the version chasing approval, but the version who is calm in his own skin, focused on his growth, excited about his future. The man who wakes up each day thinking not about who might like him, but about the life he's building. Become that man. Not for women, for yourself. Because the most powerful transformation in attraction happens the moment you stop asking, how do I make her chase me? And start asking, how do I build a life so meaningful that the right people naturally want to walk beside me? When you live that way, you don't need to chase. You don't need to convince, you don't need to prove. Because the right woman won't feel like someone you're trying to win. She'll feel like someone who saw the path you're walking, smiled, and decided she wanted to run beside you.